Right off the bat, what I love about this movie is that the Disney castle turns black and white, and we are just taken into this world.
Yeah. Now, it was nice of us that they allowed us to do that because it looks good in black and white. Looks good in color. The castle looks good in black and white.
Yeah. So has puppetry, since Nightmare Before Christmas, 19 years ago, has puppetry gotten easier or harder? Or?
Well, I mean, certain technologies, certain digital cameras make it slightly easier, but at the same time, it goes back to the beginning of time. I mean, an animator still has to move this 24 times for 1 second. So, that hasn't changed. So, but that's kind of why we like it. There's something that's just beautiful and old-fashioned about the technique and tactile, which, so as difficult it is for the animators, it's really just so exciting to see it come to life because it kind of follows the Frankenstein story of bringing something inanimate to life. So, it seems to fit.
But it also has your story of your dog. I was reading about your dog when you were growing up. What was your dog's name?
Peppy.
Peppy. So, Peppy, did you ever want to bring Peppy back to life?
Well, yeah, I've had a couple of dogs. Obviously, it's sort of a wish fulfillment. It's kind of like, that's why it was so easy to relate to the Frankenstein story, because, that first, it's so emotional, that the connection you have with the first pet. And the dog I had this thing where it wasn't meant to live for very long. So there's always this weird specter that it wasn't going to be around for very long. So I think that's where the whole sort of Frankenstein wish fulfillment side of it came into it.
Oh, okay. And were you a fan of Frankenstein?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was a fan of all monster movies, as you can probably tell from this movie.
Yeah. What is your favorite puppet?
Oh, you know what? The thing about this, and this was a project that was quite easy to do, because it was like based on all memories. I tried to base everything on whether it's kids that I remember in school and certain teachers, and even the architecture and the place was. I tried to relate it to real people, real places, because it was a real, like I said, it was a real memory piece. This one, so I can't pick because I like them all.
Yeah. So what's next? Are you going to do live action next? Are you going to do puppetry?
I love this medium. So, but it's always the right project, the right medium, and this one felt, right to do it in stop motion and black and white, and 3D. It just all those elements, were exciting. So each project's different that way.
But this one, compared to others, is more of a passion project?
Oh yeah, I mean, it was like I said, it was because it's based on a lot of real things. Even though it may not seem that way, but it is based on a lot of real things.
Was there something in it that just made you laugh? Like when you watch a movie again and again, is there something that gets you?
Well, there's lots of things. I mean, there's lots of things with the kids, and just the weirdness of the kids, and the teacher. The certain kind of the way he speaks and his speech to like the parents. I mean, there's lots of, and just the feeling of being in school. I mean, that's the thing. We just tried to capture. Just that memory and the feeling of just like the weirdness of being in the class and how kids relate to each other. And so all that was very, real memories.
And last question, because I'm getting wrapped up here. Directing an actor when they're not going to see their body, does that make it difficult, or do you have the claymation right there with them?
Well, we had characters there so they could see them. And also it helps. It's a two-way street because it certainly helps the animators. So with film, and even if the characters aren't acting, the animators try to put them into it because it does give them a guide. And I mean, look, obviously working with actors, I've worked with Martin Short and Catherine and Martin Landau and Winona Ryder before, and especially with Martin and Catherine, they're so good. That's why I wanted them to do 3 characters, because it's like they could be 100 different people, and it was so exciting to see them do like 3 different characters. So I mean, like I said, I've worked with these people, and I think that they all enjoy the kind of slightly abstract nature of making an animated film.
Awesome. Well, we all love it. Thank you very much.